Ian here before we get started. Just to let you know that since we recorded this episode, the Solo But Not Alone 6 bundle has gone live, and you can find a link to that bundle in the show notes. Now, on to the episode. Hello and welcome to Undercommon Taste. This is a podcast where we create and discuss homebrew content for tabletop RPGs.
You are never lonely if you like the person you're alone with.
I'm Ian Woodworth. I'm joined by my co-host James Daly. Welcome to our first episode of 2026.
Yay! We made it.
Barely. By the skin of our teeth. But today we have our perennial beginning of the year guest back. Same guest, new branding. Leon, welcome back to Undercommon Taste.
I love it. I love to be here. I love to say hello to the lads at Undercommon Taste.
Yay!
And we're glad to have you back. Because once again, it is Solo But Not Alone season.
Yep. And once again, I am freaking out.
Yes! Chaos! Let's do it.
Nothing if not on brand.
Truly.
Yeah, because we are recording before the bundle goes live. Mm-hmm. Hopefully by the time we release next Wednesday, the bundle will be live.
It lives!
Yes. The plan is, as always, to go live on January 9th. However, I've got some stragglers I need to hunt for sport. And if I don't catch the most dangerous game, then I will have to remake the whole bundle and do the whole thing from scratch again. So we'll see.
And we really don't want to do that. So let's not do that.
Yeah.
Let's not do that.
I am throwing this out into the void, and hopefully it hits whoever it needs to hit before they can actually get a chance to actually hear it.
Yeah, I'm doing the whole retro causality thing. Get it done.
Yeah. I have not yet pulled out all the stops. I have a couple more stops, but I'm ready.
Ooh, do they involve voodoo?
No, they involve putting your forefingers and middle fingers against your temples and just thinking really hard.
Oh, I do that sometimes too, yeah.
Yeah. Making like subtle but very noticeable noises in my throat as I do so, yeah.
Yeah, an atonal hum.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Slightly modulating.
Yeah. I was going more for like the Mongolian throat singing.
That works too.
Honestly, I've never studied it. I don't know as much as would be beneficial in this situation. I bet it would help.
Maybe. I don't know
nothing
how
else,
to do
it would
it.
sound cool.
Yeah, I know there's a rock band called The Who, H-U, that feature it in there.
Oh.
Fairly interesting.
Powerful.
Yeah.
Beautiful and powerful.
So we have Solo But Not Alone. This is number 6,
Woohoo!
Correct?
This is number 6. I have been doing this for 6 years now. Solo But Not Alone, for those of you who are new, is an annual bundle of single-player TTRPGs with the benefits going to a mental health charity. This year, we're going to have a bunch of games, many of them, as opposed to previous years. This year, we are going to have 90 games for $10. $10. It's always $10 every year. And that money goes directly to gaming mental health charity Take This, who have been just wonderful partners and wonderful to work with, and I love them very, very, very much.
Yeah, I mean, the value of this bundle is always great. There's always, I might not play all 90, because I intend to and I want to, and I run out of time, but there's always at least 4 or 5 that I played. I'm like, I'm going to go back and play that again. And, I get a lot of replay value out of a lot of these games.
My goal is for somebody to find a favorite game in the bundle, and as always, there's a guidebook spreadsheet that's been uploaded so that you can find the game that is going to become your returning favorite again and again. So,
yeah, I think, see here, the surprise standout, I think it was either in 3 or 4. Mm-hmm. And it was Roosting with Your Hot Chicken Boyfriend.
Oh, I think that was in 3. Let me check.
I think it was in 3. No, I think it was in 4 because I did a review video of it.
Yeah,
I didn't do any reviews of 3.
I'm not finding it in 3. Let me.
But
it was in 4.
And because it wasn't so much a game as one of those guided meditations, and it was one of those where I went into it skeptical, but it somehow worked.
Oh, there were a lot of
Yeah.
real. There were. I'm looking at 4, and I'm seeing a lot of winners. I'm seeing Dragon
4 was
Dowser. I'm
a
seeing Remember
4
the
was a good
Land.
one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fatadira. God, I love Fatadira.
Was but there are waffles. Was that one in 4?
I think so.
Yeah, that's
Possibly.
a good one.
Forever
Waffle
Home was in 4.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed Like No One Ever Was. Just kind of a
That one was also deceptively good.
a transparent Pokemon fan game with just
but
nice
it
tight
worked.
mechanics. Yeah, it worked great.
And so, because whenever I did that one, I did it as a D&D character that I never got to play in a homebrew class that I never got to run. So because of all of that, I was able to just do it narratively. I didn't have to worry about any of, the mechanics of how the class is supposed to work. And, so I've got my little Dragoon walking around, and he's got his little dragon familiar following him around. And I actually made it 51 cards into the deck on that game.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Because I had 2 face cards on the very bottom of the deck. And so I had to get down to that I think you have to get through 10 face cards, and there's only 12 face cards in a standard deck of playing cards.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I had to get through 51 cards in order to reach the end of my journey. And that was a lot of fun. It took me about 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Last year's bundle had Mandrake Sanctuary, which is one I have played again and again and again and again.
And I think, didn't last year's bundle have Death of the Author? Same link?
Sure. Yeah, Death of the Author by Blinking Birch Games.
Yeah.
Was in last year's Solo But Not Alone. And by the way, listener, Solo But Not Alone, I request new games every time. So if you've bought the game in previous years, you're going to be getting all new content this year when you buy the bundle. Because that's just how we do it.
Yeah.
That's it. I need to look back again. You talked about with the Mandrake Sanctuary, I forget what title that was. That was a good game. Unfortunately, my Mandrake died. I have the ADD, and it helped a little bit, but I have the ADD. But yeah, that was almost like a home craft art, Tamagotchi type thing, which was kind of cool. I like that. Was this is not a terrible idea. I could almost do this.
I love real world, encouraging you to do the things you mean to do games. I'm crazy for them. And Mandrake Sanctuary is a standout for me every time.
I might actually incorporate that in some of my classes this year. I think some of my students might enjoy that maybe.
Yeah.
I'll have to see how I can work that in.
Did either of you end up playing any % Terra Field speedrunning action?
I don't think I got that deep into the bundle last year.
That one was wild. That one is great fun. It's kind of the closest thing I can think of to it is another deep cut solo game called You Are Quarantining with Adam Driver, and he is insisting on showing you his new screenplay by Sandy Pug Games. You'll never guess what it's about. You'll never guess.
Is that were they the same ones that made Jonathan Frakes Wants Your Attention and You Must Not Give It to Him?
I don't think that's the same studio, but there is. Yes, that is.
Because that one was in Solo But Not Alone 4. Because I remember us talking about it on our first chat. Correction. Jonathan Frakes Wants Your Attention and You Must Not Give It to Him is a game by Jeff Stormer and was not in Solo But Not Alone. It was in the Trans Rights for Texas bundle. I have included a link to that game in the show notes in case you wanted to check it out.
I'm gonna have to go back and play that one. That sounds like a lot of fun.
That one's a 2-person game because what it is one person is doing a task around the house while the other person is asking the questions like Jonathan Frakes would do in that TV show that name is escaping me at the moment.
Is it Truth or Fact or Fiction or something like that?
Yes.
Okay, yes.
Yeah.
Is this real?
And if you react to the question, then you have to stop doing whatever it is that you're doing, and then you start asking the questions while they go and do their task.
Okay, that sounds like a lot of fun. That's kind of cool.
That is wild. You Are Quarantining with Adam Driver, and he is insisting on showing you his new screenplay is about what the title says, but it's not it's about you're random rolling and journaling, not to discover the plot of a story, but to discover your interactions with the story and its writer.
Okay.
And so, like, you're coming up with this story, obviously, because you're reacting to plot points. But the game isn't about the plot. The game is about Adam Driver telling you about his screenplay and you reacting to the plot. And
Nice.
Any Percent was very similar in that, like, you were making a fictional game, but it's not about the fictional game. It's about the fictional speedrun tech surrounding the fictional game. And I
So-
just find games like that so fascinating.
So are you trying to make it a faster speed run or a longer speed run? Like, are you trying to put glitches in the game or eliminate glitches where they wouldn't be?
You're trying to discover like speedrun tech and glitches and
Okay.
tricks and get a good time.
I
And
like
you
it.
can even because you can calculate your time based on like the cards that come up, you can even like race yourself. Like you can
Nice. Nice.
you could try to get a personal best. Any Percent is so good. And that was in Solo But Not Alone 5. I got a lot of fun out of Any Percent last year.
Nice. Though, I for me, a life goal, talking about the Adam Driver one, resting Adam Driver face is a life goal. That's like, I
Mm.
want to get there.
Mm. Mhm.
Unfortunately, that takes a certain amount of dedication to getting blown up that I'm not willing to personally do. Because he got blown up while he was in the Marines, and that's why he is no longer active duty Marines and why he became an actor. Is
I
because
had no idea about that.
yes, because
Okay.
he got a medical discharge from the Marines.
Okay.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay.
The more
Chemistry
you know.
lab explosions. I probably should avoid. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's got such a great surly look. It's just like, I'm not mad. I'm disappointed.
Oh, I had 2 games in last year. Did I? Did I make 2 games last year? Or just 1?
Potatoes.
I think I just made 1. I think I just made Unspeakable Gate. No, I had 2. I had the new Apex Predator game and Unspeakable Gate in Solo But Not Alone 5.
The Apex Predator was your Monster Hunter one, right?
Yes, and that
Yes.
was a sequel/expansion. It's the 3rd Apex Predator game.
Nice.
The Phantom Isles, and that I love writing those. They're so much fun. I should do another one. I should make like a big absolute bundle package, but that's not for now. And Unspeakable Gate was about building just a horrible eldritch doorway out of Play-Doh
Ooh, that sounds like good times. Let's do it.
and like losing your grip on reality because you're building a horrible gate out of Play-Doh.
Yeah, it's
Or
kinetic
whatever it
sand
is you
everywhere.
choose. But there's a Play-Doh recipe included in it in case you want to use Play-Doh.
Oh, nice.
This year's bundle.
Yes.
What is on my list for Solo But Not Alone 6? There's one called The Recipe Book, which is, it sounds like a recipe book, but it's a Wretched and Alone game.
Okay. I'm interested to see the mechanics of how you would do a Jenga tower with a recipe.
Exactly, right? I'm clicking on this.
You keep adding ingredients till the tower collapses.
No, according to this, after many decades of service, the old family recipe book has begun to quite literally fall apart.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, you plan to
yeah.
digitize it later. You need to transfer the recipes into a new book before they're lost forever.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
when
can.
the Jenga tower falls, it crumbles to dust.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
There's With Bread and Sword, which is a solo journaling game of fighting monsters and anxiety. It's meant to be like breathing exercises that you use in game to fight the monsters that represent the anxiety.
Oh, I want to do that one. That one sounds kind of
Right?
cool.
It sounds so cool. What else is in here? Slime Quest 64, GM-less dungeon crawler.
Okay.
We love it. My game in here is called Vandal Eyes. It is about taking pictures of graffiti and then using those graffiti pictures to power up when you're trapped in a horrible concrete maze with a monster that's trying to kill you.
How does that work? That sounds interesting. I like it.
It's based on Mapping the Catacombs. That was a
Okay.
very long pause, but I did find it. It's based on Mapping the Catacombs by Sorceress and Witch, which is a solo dungeon crawling game where you draw circles and then you roll for how many exits and you make a wretched little map. And occasionally you come across eyes, which are these big lenses set into the wall. And if you have on a walk earlier taken a picture of a certain kind of graffiti, like horny graffiti or like layered graffiti or illegible graffiti, then you can use that to gain strength from it. because it kind of represents a connection to humanity, a connection to
Okay.
people in this concrete nightmare land.
So are we doing this like graffiti within game, or are we like doing like a AR, like a augmented reality, and like if you go out on a walk in the afternoon and you take pictures of graffiti that you might come across on your
That's-
actual physical walk?
That's how
what you
I
do.
understand it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You go on a walk, you go on a little graffiti adventure, you take pictures of graffiti, and then you come home, you sit down, you play the game, and you use the graffiti photos that you've taken when you encounter these eyes to fulfill their criteria.
Okay, nice. I like that. And I like that augmented reality take to things. I think that's really kind of cool.
Yeah. To kind of encourage people to look differently at graffiti if they
Yeah. And maybe touch a little bit of grass.
Yeah, touch some grass. I also did this one fully by hand. So like the illustrations on Vandal Eyes are my own lino cuts.
Ooh,
The layout I did with physical scissors and glue.
nice.
The whole thing is scissors and glue. So I hope that people enjoy it. That's in here. 2 raw morsels.
Too raw?
you-
W-R-A-W? Or too
Uh,
raw?
TWO.
Okay.
There's 2 of them.
Yes.
Raw RAW
Okay.
morsels.
Okay.
You and the others have traveled so far for a bit of meat from Prometheus. Hey, Paul, what?
Ooh.
You've taken a dangerous journey through time and space in the hopes that consuming a piece of the Titan Prometheus will give you the insight you need to change something in your life. Okay,
Interesting.
Paul. All right, I'll bite. Look, I'm intrigued by this.
I'm an eagle or vulture, depending on your take of the myth.
Really. Cat Scratcher Studio, longtime listeners will know that I am their #1 fan, and I'll fight anybody who wants to take my spot. I adore Cat Scratcher Studio, and they have Battlelog Farewell, which is basically your character's about to die in like a mech in space.
Ooh.
Your mech is overloaded, and you have like 1 moment to change everything in kind of your last moment. It's like it's described on the sheet as a solo RPG and solitaire card game hybrid, which
Interesting.
I love the way the lads do it.
Which was the wretched the Jenga system one like that? I think that was in bundle 3.
No, you're thinking of just a second. I have it pulled up here. Lost Among the Starlit Wreckage, which was a
yeah.
Carta game.
Oh, okay.
Seamus Connolly.
Oh, that one was cool.
Connelly. I should probably ask him how he pronounces his name.
And Seamus has Quill.exe transmissions from the Black in this
Yeah. Ooh.
year's. So it's a science fiction setting supplement for Quill.exe.
Awesome.
In
I've always been pleasantly surprised with Seamus's work because
I'm no longer surprised. You reacting pleasantly. I'm like, oh, that's Seamus for you. Not,
Yeah.
Did a
You
good
find this
one.
creative
Get it
that-
back.
I
put
guess I
out
shouldn't be surprised
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, you're right.
But you're right that it's there's always something a little bit unexpected and beautiful about it.
Because I got to play test the Cog That Remains,
I remember you said that.
which was in last year's bundle, and that was just an amazing premise for a game, let alone the execution. So
Yeah.
so if you're a fan of mecha themed games, Seamus is a designer to make sure you check out.
Yeah.
Especially if you like a very sentimental and sensitive mech game. And I don't mean that in like a dismissive way. I mean just like Seamus is very good with language in a way that makes these games hit pretty hard, I think.
And Seamus has an uncanny ability to do things with the mechanics that I would have never thought of doing, but when he does it, it's obvious that that's the way it's supposed to be done.
Mm-hmm. Yep, that seems...
If that makes sense.
No, I hear it. I hear you. There's a game in here called Your Abuser is Dead Less Than 3, a game that you play with matches.
Interesting.
Yeah, which I find very charming.
I was told never to play with matches.
Well, listen, there's a lot of things they tell you not to do.
Fair.
There's a game in here called Darling, You're a Haunted House, a
Nice.
solo RPG
I've heard
about
of that
being a
one.
haunted house by Finley
I've
Finley.
heard of that one. Yeah.
Yeah?
I can't remember where I heard of that one. I think Rainey may have talked about it on one of his episodes
Ooh.
on Rainey Plays Games. It may have just been something that was mentioned in passing, but the name sounds familiar.
I'm furious at Chris. Chris Longhurst, Potato Cube, put in Burning Neon, which is a Firelight solo cyberpunk game. And I'm just mad because I have not found the right concept to make a Firelights game myself. I've wanted to for ages.
No, what is Firelights?
It is if I remember right, let me look it up. Firelight's creator kit was done by, it was done by Renee Pierre of Fari RPGs. And it was SRD first. It was very, how can I put this? It's
bare bones.
I don't want to say bare bones. It was very much made with hackability in mind, and it's made as a canvas. It's inspired by Metroidvania video games, and it can be solo or co-op.
Nice.
So I never found anything that really like lit me on fire for Firelights. So whenever I see somebody wrote one, I get jealous. I get irrationally jealous. Why couldn't that have been me?
And that is one great thing about these bundles. Again, one, you get to kind of explore a bunch of indie developers, so it's not all just going to Hasbro or whoever else is, the giant monolith game monster out there. You get to explore a bunch of different systems, and where a lot of these are all solo capable, but a lot of them can be run with 2 or 3 players as well. So like if you're at game night and suddenly half the table, gets the flu and can't show up, and someone's car breaks down, and so you've all arrived, but you only got 2 or 3 players at the table, you can break these out and run with these, and they make for good solid one-shots. They're shorter games. And again, you can kind of explore different mechanics to see what you like. But again, if you need something to pull out of a hat real quick, this is definitely something we can do.
Absolutely. And that's why I always say single player capable. I will often say solo games, but in my call for submissions, I make sure to say single player capable, because the point is that a person can just pick this game up. Say you're in a bad space, as I've mentioned in previous visits to this show, I have been in the past, and the best thing for you sometimes is a distraction to just get you through the bad night so that you can focus on doing the real material work of like maybe cleaning up or getting out more or scheduling therapy. But for the bad night, you just need to get through the bad night, and a solo game you can just pick up.
Yeah.
You can just
kind of just let the world drop for a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. And so if a person wants to submit a game that can be played either by one person or by up to 4 people, great. The only thing I ask is that a person who needs to pick something up can just do it. And that's my priority.
And going back off of what James was saying with, some of these where they are solo capable, but they don't necessarily have to be played solo. They can be played with other people. There was actually one game, it was in Alone 4 bundle that I played, and I kind of bounced off of it a little bit. I wanted to like it, but I just couldn't make it work. But in reading it, I thought this would make an amazing party game, was Bumbling.
Oh, Bumbling! Bumbling is adorable.
Yeah, Bumbling would have made such an amazing party game, because then what you do is whenever your little bumblebee finds a flower, you have to do the dance. You personally have to do the dance, and then the other people around the table have to interpret your dance and try and get the right directions off of it.
Yeah.
And that just to me says this party game. That's got party game written all over it.
All over. Top to bottom.
Yeah.
Prototype.
Yeah. And I'm looking at the guide because the guide wasn't up yet the last time I looked. So I'm looking at the guide, and the one game that I'm seeing here that I'm really excited about is Little Krampus Comes at Night.
Little Krampus Comes at Night, yes, is going to be Can You and Your Friends Survive Krampus Till Morning? Yeah, solo and multiplayer versions.
Yes.
Perfect. We love it.
Yeah, so my daughter, we don't have an elf on the shelf. We have a Krampus in the corner. And my daughter absolutely adores Krampus. Absolutely adores Krampus.
That's wonderful. That's wretched, but like in that, it's wonderful. Kind of reminds me of my devil niece, who is, wretched and wonderful. I love when kids are wretched.
Yeah. Yeah, she's 8 now. She just turned 8. And so she's right at that threshold of coming to the realization that a lot of it is probably her parents doing things whenever she goes to bed, but she is still buying into the story facade of everything, trying to keep the magic alive. I don't know. We might have one more Christmas of this before it becomes a very obvious the magic is diminished sort of thing.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if my devil niece knows. I know that, like, because she's a very good big sister to her little brother. So I genuinely think that she would not say if she knew. Like, she would keep her mouth shut and play along until her brother figured it out. Because she's that kind of kid. She's very sweet like that.
I mean, we were pretty... Our whole thing with regards to Santa and all of that was that the mall Santas and everything weren't Santa with a capital S. They were people in a uniform doing a job, but they worked for Santa with the big S.
Okay.
And so, like, their whole job was they're basically compartmentalizing and breaking it down into more manageable chunks. They're like branch managers, right? They're getting the children together to give their lists in smaller, more manageable chunks. And then they sort of compartmentalize everything and pass the information along. And it's sort of like the mall Santa, that's a Santa job. That's a person who is doing a job on behalf of Big Santa.
Gotcha.
They're helping Santa. On behalf of Big Santa makes it sound like like Big Pharma. Like the secret Big Santa doesn't want you to know.
Have you seen Christmas lately?
Fair.
Oh.
Very fair.
Listen,
Now,
my pagan ass celebrates the solstice.
Yes.
And my sister's kids love it because it means they have an additional gift-giving holiday.
Hey, score.
I mean, this past year I had to explain to my father at the dinner table why I was not going to say grace at Christmas dinner.
Ooh. I want to learn like some of the old like traditional like Jewish like before, just in case someone does and you break that out and be like, what, is that wrong? Like those those weird singing prayers like before meals.
Yeah. But it's one of those like, asking me to say grace is like asking a +1 to give the big toast at a wedding.
Fair.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't going to achieve what you want it to.
I've been very lucky. Whenever I am worried about a big change in my life making my mother uncomfortable, she embraces it quite wholeheartedly. When I told her that I was pagan, I was going to celebrate Yule, she Googled like pagan Wiccan gift ideas.
Aww.
And got me this wonderful like potpourri that she made because it's like a traditional solstice thing she found online. My first Yule after coming out as transgender, my mother got me the most wonderful Lisa Frank ass necktie. It's got a unicorn on it. It's got flowers all over it. This thing is wretched brackets affectionate. I adore this tie. It's exactly my aesthetic. And the fact that my mother was like, my child is man now. Tie is a good Christmas gift for a man person.
You get man-child gifts.
Right.
Love it.
But it was very touching, partially because it did represent like a level of acceptance, and also because it's adorable. It's Lisa Frank as hell. It's very much my aesthetic. I love hot pink and unicorns, and this thing delivers.
That makes me smile so hard. Thank you for that.
Yeah, it made me smile so hard. I show everybody. Let's see. Speaking of things that make me smile, Pirouette is in here, a solo horror ballet TTRPG.
Interesting.
Pirouette recently got I want to say, companion.
Okay.
So Pirouette is Wretched and Alone, or at least it's played with a block tower, and you're a ballet dancer performing for an eldritch horror.
I like the
Don't get
concept.
tired.
I'm following it. Like, I knew very little about ballet except what I've seen on TV, and I could totally see, like, some decrepit French opera, like, early Phantom of the Opera, and you're doing, like, there's a single spotlight that's dusty, and you've just got the Eldritch Abomination, not even in the front, but just, like, in the middle, or maybe in the balcony, just watching. Yeah. That's kind of creepy. Good vibe. I like it.
It is the theater.
It is the theater, yeah.
And there was a companion released for it. I'm looking to see if it was by Innocent Goblin as well. That is like a duet game where you're playing the pianist who's playing to accompany this dancer who must dance for the wretched creature.
That makes me think of the old Lovecraft story, The Music of Eric Zahn, where the guy finds the fiddler and like he's driven mad and he has to play the song. Like the apartment's going, like the lights go out and the window opens up to a void and it's sucking all of the sheet music out and he's sitting there playing and like the fiddler's going completely nuts and blah, 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 all this stuff. And then when the guy finally leaves, he goes back and the apartment and the whole building he was at just vanishes and he can never find it again.
That's rad.
Yeah. It's probably one of my favorite Lovecraft stories. Lovecraft's a terrible person, but he wrote some interesting stories.
And ain't that the way?
Yeah.
Ain't that the way? We have an explicitly erotic game in the bundle this year. We have Your Own Harem.
Spicy games.
We have a spicy game, and the person was concerned I wouldn't accept it, but my policy for spicy content is the same as my policy for very dark content, which is to say, put content warnings on it and label it clearly in the spreadsheet, or rather in your form application that I will put on the spreadsheet, and go for it. Like, go for it.
I am intrigued. I'm mildly curious. I want to see how a solo spicy game would work.
I love their itch page. wettestdungeon.itch.io.
Yeah.
That sounds horrible.
Sounds moist.
That sounds like Wet
Wildlands,
Socks.
erotic setting, Wettest Dungeon, dungeon delving OnlyFans.
Because nothing here is sexier
Caltrop whore, an erotic hack of the Caltrop core system. Okay. Okay.
I'm still stuck on Wet Socks. I'm just, nope. I can't move. I can't get past Wet Socks.
That is the thing that always catches you anytime. Yeah.
But there's all kinds of stuff in here, and there is a kid-friendly tag. So there are games in here that are kid-friendly that have been tagged as kid-friendly. So if you open the bundle guide and you look for the ones that are kid-friendly, you'll find them. This one is not, but
this one is decidedly not.
It's very not. But by the people who brought you, Caltrop whore brought you. I love that though. I'm from the old internet. I don't know about you two. I'm from the old internet. I myself am ace, so I'm allergic to horny is what I like to say. But I'm from the old internet. Remember on the old internet when you used to find like niche fetish forums and just read them out of curiosity?
Yeah.
They were educational.
Yeah.
They were enlightening.
They were. They were enlightening and they were bizarre and they were really very beautiful and very interesting. And so
it's like one of our friends has a story that she likes to tell of the time when her sister learned what docking was.
Oh my.
And she learned it from a Transformers fanfic.
Oh my.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you who are wondering what docking is, you're going to have to go look it up yourself.
You're going to have to go find that Transformers fanfic, aren't you?
Battle maneuvers complete. Oh my. I was not ready for that.
It's hard to explain to people younger than I'm assuming us. I'm assuming you two are about my age.
Not knowing what your age is, I'm going to say sure.
Yeah, we talk like we're from the same internet era. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I'm a bit younger than James, but yeah, we are roughly in the same demographic.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, we also have First Time Top. Explore the challenges of navigating a new kink with a new partner. Okay, we've got multiple horny games this year. This is the horny here. But back in the day, like, there's something that does to your perception of, like, sex, and specifically, like, weird sex. And I don't mean that disparagingly. I quite the opposite.
No, I mean, it gives you a bit of exposure so things aren't as shocking.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And so, like, people from our era of the internet are very difficult to scandalize.
Yeah.
And it's like, so what? It truly is like, oh, you found the fetish where people get off on people carrying each other piggyback style and not doing anything else. Great.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you that you found that online. Like,
it's like we're from the generation that used to prank each other with 2 girls, 1 cup. I mean, you're not going. You're not going to surprise us.
Don't quote the old Magic at Me child. I was there when it was written.
Yeah, I was there when it was written. But But the result is that, like, even though I'm asexual, it's like sex is still an interesting and worthwhile thing to think about and explore, even if it's not necessarily a part of my life.
Yeah.
And I think the new internet has kind of lost a bit of that, like, say, exposure. And I don't want to sound like I'm advocating for kids to be exposed to weird fetish pornography, because I'm not really. But at the same time, I think a lot of people are a lot more prudish about things than they need to be. And a little exposure to just the realities of what horny looks like for other people can make you less judgmental.
I get that. Again, coming from the time of early internet, back in the days of dial-up, I mean, you could read a text of something and whatever. I mean, that is one level of exposure, yes, versus, you know, high def in your face on a, you know, again, my early internet, again, dial up, and I had like a 12 or 13 inch CRT monitor that probably weighed 50 pounds versus, you know, something I can stream to a 56-inch TV in my room. And there is a difference there.
Oh, you're right.
Which, I mean, if the pendulum has swung to being overprotective or not, I think ideas have been, I don't want to say safeguarded, but again, that idea of being just exposed to a bunch of different ideas, people have tried to put that back in the bottle, as it were. And I think the pendulum has swung against that. And I am up for, of an appropriate age, being exposed to ideas, because again, that's how you're not xenophobic. It's how you can appreciate other cultures and other ideas.
And that's a very good lens, is just like exposed to the idea. Like, I don't need to be exposed to the pornography created by people who are sexually aroused by cars. I don't need to look at it. I don't need to watch it. I don't really even need to read it. But knowing the idea of it and being at peace with the idea of it, I make that sound like that's a big noble effort on my part, and that's not what I mean. But like, learning it exists is itself valuable, even if, like, you're not going to expose graphic sexual content to minors. But when they're of the age to understand what horny is, knowing about the many different shapes horny can take for people, at least the ideas of these different shapes, I'm for it. And we've got games in this bundle. Yeah!
Rabbit Trail.
I'm bringing it full circle.
I love that this is the horny year.
Yeah.
Love Until the Last Bomb Falls, a solo journaling game about embracing queer love in the face of impending doom. Oof.
Hey, why not?
Why not?
I like it. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm thinking, you know, again, if it's, you have those moments and those last moments and you want to, like, maybe, or like for those that were always been kind of like trepidatious to step out and they're wrestling with those things, you know, and that's would be a way they could, within their own mind, kind of approach those feelings and like, is this something I have? Is this something I consider? And like, if I was in this case, how would I address this? Would I be okay not expressing that? Would that be something I regret? And again, with a lot of these solo journaling games, that self-evaluation and that freedom to just take some time and within your own mindscape, so it's private, explore your thoughts and feelings is definitely a huge benefit of these.
Absolutely. There's one that was a huge favorite of mine. I'm trying to remember which Solo But Not Alone it was even in, but I don't even remember the name. Oh no, I'm flubbing this so hard. It was a game about writing poems, kind of like last year we had Showtime from the Boys Cat Scratcher Studios, which was very, very good. But I love games. There was one that was like you're killing people and writing poems about it. That was just so good.
It's Ice Nine Kills. Oh, wait.
Yeah, I remember seeing that one. I don't think I actually got around to playing that one.
I'm not sure whether it's ever been in a Solo But Not Alone, but one of my favorite solo games is No One Dies Alone in Revolution, which is about like memorializing fallen comrades through poetry. And it's really very, very beautiful. And it's mechanically dense enough to give people who don't typically write poetry, like myself, I usually don't, guardrails, like enough to feel supported in writing poetry.
Okay.
But it's free-flowing enough to let you just explore those feelings.
Nice.
I think No One Dies Alone in Revolution is up there on my list of favorite solo games. It's really very beautiful.
That's an amazing title. I love that title. I mean, that's just like, I'm in for it right there. Yeah.
Yeah. Recommend. Big recommend. Huge recommend. Big, huge recommend.
All right, so we've been vamping about the whole bundle for a good long while
We
now.
love the vamp.
I do want to start to transition. I guess I should intend my puns. Intend your puns, you coward.
Yeah.
So, Leon, what have you been working on lately? I know that you also do game design. You do have a game in the bundle.
Yeah.
Do you have any projects that you've been working on lately that you want to chat about?
Yeah, I have been writing something very messed up and metatextual and bizarre and also like top-down hex-based tactics
Ooh.
that I need a graphic designer for because I
1, 2, 3, not
don't
it.
have the skills. Truly. And another thing I'm doing is I have been illustrating my own tarot deck.
Ooh.
I have
Very
been
nice.
hand carving lino cuts.
Okay.
I have finished the Major Arcana, and I have finished most of the Suit of Pentacles. It's slow going because hand carving 78 tarot cards takes a bit.
It
but
does,
it's
yes.
very nice, and I like it a lot.
What is your theme for those?
Well, I call it Leon's Tarot. The aesthetic is neon. Like I used neon watercolor paint and then black lino cut on top of it.
Okay.
It has kind of a surreal, almost velvet painting vibe in some of the cards.
Awesome.
With the black against bright neon.
Ooh. Okay.
And it's kind of surreal, kind of almost a music festival vibe is kind of what I was going for.
Nice.
Something surreal and lighthearted is the general vibe of it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have an aspirational project. I'll have to dig it out because I can't even remember which deck it is. It's a German deck from the mid 1600s, I believe it is. I think the actual deck of cards is in the Victoria and Albert Museum. And I want to do a reproduction woodcut of that deck.
Ooh.
Mainly because it's using the German suits, which I can't remember all of them, but I know one of them is acorns.
Interesting.
I think it's acorns and bells and
Carnaffal?
Possibly. Like I said, it's been a hot minute since I looked at them. But all of the cards, all of the minor arcana cards that are suits of acorns, they all have boars on them.
Ooh.
These little boars doing different things. And that's what got my attention in the first place. And so that's one of my aspirational projects is to get that, put together and do a reproduction woodcut of that.
I love block printing. I just love it. I picked it up on a whim and I'm crazy in love with it.
Nice.
It's my favorite.
Yeah, I got my wife a nice block print shirt for Christmas. There's a creator, Vesper Twine, and she does a bunch of block print stuff, like t-shirts and sweaters and tote bags and stuff like that.
Oh, dreamy.
And the one that I got, it's a big unicorn with a monoceros on the bottom of it.
Yeah, that's what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. And
the monoceros.
And I was like, that's just really cool. I need it.
I usually just do paper, so I kind of want to pick up some fabric block printing material and make some weird like tote bags.
Is that block printer local, Ian, or no?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay, it sounds familiar, and I know there used to be a local block printer that would do stuff like that. But
I think I'm wanting to say they're out around Portland, Vancouver, somewhere in that area.
Definitely not local.
I'm not certain. I don't think. Actually, no, I do not still have the packaging, so I don't have the return address.
Oh, okay.
I would have to dig it out of my email, but
yeah.
But yeah, so cool tarot cards, yay!
Yeah, I love them. I'm a big tarot nerd, it turns out.
And I remember you saying that before, which brings us smooth transition, smooth segue,
super smooth
into the project that I've been working on lately. Because,
please tell.
Because I said going into the holiday break that I was going to work on it again. I have been working on finalizing layout and final edits for my tarot-powered solo journaling game, All Is Well With My Soul, where you build a pilgrimage and a character to go on said pilgrimage.
Oh, I love that.
And you use the major arcana to generate the shrines of the pilgrimage and the obstacles that you face on your pilgrimage that you have to overcome.
Yeah.
And that has been sitting for a little over a year,
Yeah, about a year and a half, I think.
untouched.
Like,
Yeah,
I have
well-
an idea.
No.
Let's
Yeah.
I have all of my Google Doc feedback from my beta readers, November 2024.
was it November? I'm trying to think when I had that class.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah,
So it's going to be in Solo But Not Alone 7 is what I'm hearing.
That's a hope.
yeah, definitely a hope.
Believe in you.
Yeah. And like I said, I've been doing the layouts of all of the art that I'm using on the inside is the Jacques Vieilleville tarot deck. It's 1650-ish French.
Okay.
And I'm actually using the back of the card as the background on my pages
Ooh, okay.
because it's an interesting like honeycombed geometric design. There's this honeycomb with like these little Maltese crosses in the middle of each hex. And
Ooh, cute.
so the background's all grayscale, but all of the artwork is all sort of a salmon color and then red, yellow, and black. It's a block cut that has then been, watercolored over, as would have been, common at the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's how I do it.
Yeah.
Well, I watercolor under because I use water-soluble ink. But yeah.
Yeah, there's that. But yeah, so we had talked a little bit before getting started here because we have done 2 separate monster mashups with you. And while the monster
Yeah.
mashup is fun,
I like to do it.
but you're also a tarot nerd, and
Oh!
I've made a tarot powered game.
I see where you're going with this now.
Yay!
And so the thought was we can do a little bit of a showcase of the game. We're not going to,
I would
obviously,
love
we're not going to play the whole game because it takes like 2 hours to play the whole game. But
I would love to.
but just doing the initial setup of showing how to generate the shrines, generate the faith that goes with those shrines, and then generating the character that is going to be undergoing the pilgrimage, because that all happens off of the 7 cards that you deal out at the beginning of the game.
Okay. I happen to have cards ready here.
All right.
It's almost like I asked you to do that.
Pre-show prep?
Well,
What's
I'm
that?
playing along.
Yeah.
I'm playing along here, but yes,
Right,
I
yes.
have prepared.
Oh, look,
Yes,
that's
yes.
just right there. It must be faded.
Oh, somebody took all the major arcana out. Oh, good thing.
Yeah.
Good thing that's the pile I need, huh?
Absolutely. Okay, so the way that initial setup starts is you deal out a line of 7 cards left to right. These 7 cards represent the 7 shrines that you're going to be visiting over the course of your pilgrimage.
Okay.
The first card is going to represent the core tenet of the faith, and the 7th card is the aspirational tenet of the faith.
Oh,
It's the one that everyone tries for, but few people achieve.
I see.
And the orientation of the cards doesn't matter at this point. It matters at character creation, because the orientation of the shrines determines the character's relationship to each of those tenets.
Okay. I don't typically take inversions, so I have just turned some upside down. There we go. There we go. Now I don't know. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, perfect, beautiful. Ready. Line of 7 cards. Some of them are upside down. Ready.
Okay, well, go ahead and flip the first one, and let's see what we're starting off with.
Upside down star.
All right, so our core tenet is the star. Okay, and that's 17.
Hope. Yeah, card 17. It's a card of hope and healing, of optimism.
It is the sanctum of recovery.
Ooh.
Oh.
So the sanctum of recovery is a place of healing. It isn't focused exclusively on healing the body, but also the mind, the soul, and even relationships between people. So healing is at the core of this faith. That is the core tenet that the faithful adhere to.
Okay.
And now the remainder of the shrines have to tie into that somehow.
Okay. But our main character's relationship to the concept of healing is a little bit fraught.
Yes.
Okay. Do we decide that now, or do we go on to the next card?
I think we'll determine all of the shrines and determine the faith first, and
Okay.
then we'll
Okay.
build a character based on what we end up with.
Okay. So card number 2, the second card is the Hermit, card number 9.
All right, the Hermit.
Hermit the Frog.
It's a leprechaun.
Oh.
I use the tarot, what is it called? Tarot at the End of the Rainbow, which is a very like Irish and Celtic myth inspired deck.
Okay.
And that's the one I typically teach with. I like its bright colors. There's a rainbow on every card. It's very beautiful.
The one that I use is the one that I happened to grab off of my wife's stack of unused tarot cards because she had a Wiccan phase in high school.
Oh. See, I'm a full-blown collector. Like I have a lot of tarot decks, but the one that's always within arm's reach at my desk is the one I use when I'm teaching students,
Okay.
which is this bad boy.
Okay, so the Hermit is the Sanctum of Solitude. So the Sanctum of Solitude is a refuge where you can isolate yourself from the world for a time. While interacting with the outside world is necessary at times, being able to remove yourself from prying eyes and chattering mouths is equally valuable.
What's a little quarantine amongst friends?
I was just going to say that's kind of where the concept of isolation and the concept of healing interact is the
Yeah.
concept of quarantine. Maybe it's like a sanitarium, not in like the recent sense of like a place where you stuffed mentally ill people, but like in the old sense where it was just like a health resort
Like
where you would get away
tuberculosis?
from it all.
So is it a sanatorium, not a sanitarium?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
or like
they
the,
are similar sounding names for very different things.
Or like the old
Yeah.
German spa towns.
Yes.
Okay.
Where people would go to like get away from it all and take the waters, except less crowded.
Yeah. See, my mother is German, and so there are all sorts of those little towns, and you always know which towns they are because they all have Bad in front of the name.
Yeah.
So like the one closest to where my German family is Bad Wimpfen. So
Yeah. Or Baden is also in the,
absolutely,
depending on whether it's plural. So like maybe there's like a hot spring and there's this isolated shrine where people go when they're in need of both quarantine and
Yeah.
treatment.
Okay. I was going to say, like, ritual bathing is a big part of a lot of religions as well. So, again, whether you're doing like a baptism or a bathing or a special washing, again, that's fairly common.
And it could be like, I think it's out in California that there's an old like hot spring spa with lithium water.
Probably they're all over the place.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing, and that's how researchers started to make the connection to use lithium to treat certain mental health issues.
Yeah,
is because of the exposure to the water.
Oh, okay.
And the lithium that they were getting from drinking the water, and how it suddenly made the voices stop, or various things like that. So I would say that maybe that's the case for this particular shrine. Is it is a lithium hot spring.
Okay.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And so like people need solitude, not just from other people, but within themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like they get away from other people at the shrine, and then the lithium in the waters helps with that symptom of hearing voices.
I know particularly it was used for like things like manic depression as well. So again, it blunted the mania. So they didn't go, super, super high with things. So yeah, definitely. I like that. I like that concept. It works.
And I may be completely off with using it for like schizophrenia because I am not a mental health expert. Do not listen to me for your mental health advice.
This is not medical advice.
Yes.
My only expert in mental health is that mine is bad.
Yes.
But I like the idea of this being just like part mental health treatment, part getaway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that you can return to your life and your loved ones when you're steadier on your feet.
And that the tenet of the faith implies that you are expected to take time for yourself when you need to.
Yeah.
Who does that?
Right. but that's a tenet of this faith, is that you are expected to take that time for yourself. You are expected to take care of yourself.
Yeah.
And apparently our character doesn't have a whole lot of issue with that, because I think You didn't
Yeah.
mention that this one was reversed, so I'm
It
assuming
is
it's
upright.
Yeah.
It is the upright hermit.
Okay, so what have we got next?
My favorite card.
Which one?
The tower.
Yay, chaos!
Chaos and destruction.
Woohoo!
Listen, I don't know about all of y'all, but like I myself I had an abusive upbringing. So the realization that sometimes your world needs to be destroyed because it's no good
Fair.
was actually very powerful and liberating to me. That's why the tower is my favorite card.
like it.
Whenever you said your favorite, my thought immediately went to the tower because that's the one that James always is rooting for.
Fuck yeah! James and Leon.
Right. Again, I'm right there with you. Chaos is a ladder, as quoted by. But again, sometimes you do need to kind of shake things up and change the situation for growth. So yeah.
Yeah. So speaking of, this is the Sanctum of Change.
Okay.
The Sanctum of Change is a testament to the ideal that everything is in a state of flux. Change is sometimes rapid, while at other times it may take generations or eons to notice.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Divorce church.
Okay.
You mentioned
see
that
that.
like one of the tenets is healing like even relationships between people, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that like if a relationship is harmful for people, maybe they do actually have like a divorce ceremony where it's like this is not a healthy relationship. For the sake of healing yourselves, you need to not be together. And there's no like stigma to that. There's no like it can be traumatic for you because your relationship is coming apart, but like the church is here for you.
So the first step is that sanctorium. Okay, guys, take a week apart, some deep breaths, and then the next step is
Yeah.
Okay.
If you really can't reconcile, okay, you might need to be apart. And that sucks, but like we're here for you.
Okay.
Is the ideal.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I initially was thinking something like the Mormons do the mission trip or something. So maybe it's the part of that tenet is for a time leaving familiar surroundings.
Maybe like the Cathedral of Endings or like the Cathedral of Farewells.
Okay, yeah.
Where it's like, maybe this is where you go to get a divorce. Maybe this is where you go if you're going away on a journey for a while to like have a formal, maybe there's a ritual they do that's just like a formal goodbye to your hometown.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And, you know, this could also be a thing at trigger warning for end of life stuff. But, you know, this could be a place to go for assisted suicide.
Yeah.
Like if your life has gotten to a point where it is all suffering, a way to ease your pain, to ease your ending.
Yeah.
Because that is also healing.
Yes.
And
absolutely.
also like palliative care. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
maybe the Cathedral of Farewells is where you go to say goodbye and to just acknowledge that something is ending in a healthy way.
Yeah, I like that. I like that because that kind of covers everything. I think that fits really well.
Yeah. And like, yeah, if people are approaching their end of life, they can have a ceremony that is just like I'm not gone yet, but this is my formal goodbye. This is my formal, like, this is my will. This is my...
Like Ozzy's last concert?
Like Ozzy's last concert.
Yeah.
Like Gord Downey's last concert. Ripped to the hip. Okay, I should give you another card, huh?
So yeah, what have we got for shrine number 4?
Friend of mine, the Emperor. Card number 4.
Okay, the Emperor. The Emperor is the Sanctum of Authority. The Sanctum of Authority embodies the imposition of order upon chaos. Whether a testament to hereditary power, meritocracy, or some natural order of the physical or spiritual world, the one common thread is that there are those who have power and those who do not.
Okay.
This would be like a cleric or a priest, and they would probably be like an actual medical healer. Like, be they part of a college or something along those lines, perhaps.
Yeah, so I was going to say something like something CDC or FDA-ish, where there's like a central authority.
Yeah, these are the learned healers, and they...
this may be the people who are trained to intervene to prevent people from making hasty judgments.
Okay.
Like making sure that people take the time and take the effort to try and address issues before just jumping straight to divorce.
Okay.
Or, making sure that people go through the steps and try all of the treatments before just giving up on whatever illness they may have. Things of that nature.
No, I like that.
Or like making sure people quarantine when they have a contagious illness.
Yeah.
Yeah, making sure that people stop and take care of themselves.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, these are definitely like the leaders of the faith.
Yeah, and I think this is I think these are like very much like doctors. Like
Yeah.
but at the same time there's a social authority there that is just like, no, you can't cook this. This has been making people sick. We're not having it.
Yeah.
Or
We
like,
don't drink from the well anymore.
I'm sorry, like this contagion has shown up in your village by authority of the Temple of Authority. Everybody stay home. We're going to have like food shipped to you and shit.
Okay.
Yeah, that works. All right, so what have we got for shrine number 5?
Shrine number 5. Moon.
The moon.
Moon. Card number 18. Moon.
So have all of these been upright except for
Yes, except
first
for the
one?
star. Yeah.
Okay. All
Moon
right.
is
So
upright.
playing into, I just realized we have a very mental health heavy spread going on right now.
Yeah, because the moon is the card of mental health. Well,
because
they all are, but yeah, the moon is very
Right.
specifically addresses that.
So the moon is the sanctum of emotion. The sanctum of emotion celebrates the healthy expression of emotions. It represents the belief that any emotion can and should be expressed, but that it is the responsibility of the individual to direct their emotions in ways which cause no harm.
You know what I'm reminded of?
What?
You know, the ancient Greeks believed in catharsis like a lot. Like it was a very important tenet of the way they saw the world, was just like sometimes you needed to go ape shit a little bit or watch people go ape shit. Like if you watched theater, it was similar to going ape shit yourself to cleanse your system so that you weren't a menace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think it was Delphi, Oracle Town.
Yeah.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
had an annual festival where their patron deity Apollo would just fuck off on vacation for a while and leave the town to his little brother Dionysus. And everybody would
Definitely chaos. Woohoo.
everybody would go ape shit and they'd watch a lot of theater because theater was very tied to Dionysus and tied to the idea of catharsis. And Dionysus himself as a god is very tied to this idea of catharsis.
It's Mardi Gras.
Right. It is very similar to Mardi Gras, except
Yeah.
in a city where it's always Lent because
Yeah.
Apollo is a kind of an uptight.
Yeah, Paul,
character.
well, he's gone now. That's the whole point. Is
Yeah.
he's I
He's
like that.
gone
I
on
was thinking in a
vacation.
modern term, something like a rec room where you can just go and smash some stuff up sometimes.
Oh yeah,
But
yeah.
I like the carnival festival idea of that. That gives us kind of a holiday to throw in, kind of to blow off some steam.
And it can also be just like year round. This is a place where you can go to experience art and beauty. Like
Okay.
maybe there's
Yeah.
always performances. There's always plays being put on or dance performances or concerts. And there's art galleries and you can do art there but like they are famous for having regular festivals as well.
I like it.
It's a place where you could just revel in emotion in a healthy way.
Yeah. It's Vegas.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Listen,
I don't know that Vegas is a way
It's
to
healthy.
revel in a healthy way.
somebody who worked many years in the casino industry. No. No.
There are not many things healthy about the way Las Vegas is run.
True.
Anyway.
I've got a great card for you. I've got a great card for you.
Okay, what have we got for number 6?
The Lover's inverted.
And it's number 6. Awesome. So the Lovers is the Sanctum of Devotion. So the Sanctum of Devotion honors the value of positive interpersonal relationships. These may be the relationships of lovers, of blood, of friendship, or of camaraderie.
Oh, maybe there's 2 mountains, right? And on one peak is the Cathedral of Farewells from the tower earlier. And on the other peak is this one. And this is like where you welcome people into your life.
Okay, yeah.
I can see that.
Like this is
I'm
where you
seeing
do a
too-
wedding or you welcome a new baby or like stuff like that.
Yeah. And I'm thinking too, if we're talking from how the person's going to react to this, since this one's negative, maybe they are trying to be more detached, kind of like the Jedi, where they're not letting their emotions get involved and they're trying to keep that separation.
And that tracks well with the fact that we have the Hermit upright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just our little introvert being forced out into the world.
They don't want to take time from themselves.
Yeah.
Well, they have no problem taking time for themselves.
I thought that one was inverted too.
No.
No,
it was
okay.
not.
Just-
the star was
just-
inverted.
Yeah, just recovery.
Okay.
Yeah, recovery and devotion are so far the only ones that are.
Okay, yeah, no, I like
Reversed.
this. And so, yeah,
Maybe-
they're going to push themselves a little far sometimes.
Maybe they got heartbroke real bad and they're just like clinging to it.
Yeah.
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 They're just
Nice.
clinging to it and just kind of refusing to heal from it
Okay.
because healing is also inverted there. So maybe they got heartbroken. They're making their whole life about it.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
That's not
That
good for
fits.
you.
Yeah, their whole personality is focused on being so and so's ex.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're the
And-
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We've all had that person in our 20s.
yeah.
Some of us have been that person in our 20s. I was not that person in my 20s. Let me just go ahead and dissuade everyone. I was not that person in my 20s. Anyway.
The last card is death, babies.
Nice.
All right. So
Card number
death.
13, and it is upside down.
Oh boy.
Right?
I don't want to.
So the faraway ideal is to achieve some kind of like peace and oneness with the cycle of life and death.
So death represents the sanctum of resolution.
Mm-hmm.
The sanctum of resolution represents conclusions and finality. While this may include death, it doesn't include death exclusively. Many things end and many beginnings are born from endings.
So yeah,
So-
this is that because you said that this last card is the ultimate goal for the faith, right?
Yes.
So
The-
yeah,
the-
that
It's the ability to move on, and
Yeah.
our character is decidedly unable to move on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
'Cause,
Okay.
we've
Yeah.
got- We've got several places on this pilgrimage that are about moving on, and our baby just won't.
Yeah. And sometimes, the faith in life's trying to give them nudges, and maybe through this they can undergo that journey and finish that journey. No, I'm liking where this one's going.
Yeah.
Especially since, as you progress, you can accrue karma by encountering obstacles between each of the shrines. And you have to spend karma in order to flip a shrine from reverse to upright. And so, by flipping the shrine, you are showing that you are coming to terms with that particular tenet of your faith, and you're growing spiritually as a person. But the thing is, you cannot flip a shrine until you get to it. You cannot flip shrines before you reach that shrine on your pilgrimage. And the fact that death is the last shrine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think the lovers
That-
and death paired both flipped. I think that wraps up really well.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot there that they're trying to come to terms with, and by getting to that at the end of everything, especially since the last leg of the journey, you use the first 6 cards, the first 6 shrines that you encountered. Those are the cards that generate the prompts for that last leg of the journey.
Nice.
Mm.
And so it's, yeah.
Yeah, I
Oh,
want to
boy.
play the rest of this one out. I really kind of, I'm invested.
Yeah.
This could be a good one, yeah. So the next question that we have, because I feel like we have a pretty good handle on what the shrines are and what the faith is, because I feel like we talked it through pretty thoroughly as we were building everything.
Yeah.
Now we have to build the character that's going into this. And so there are 3 classes that you can have. You can be a noble, a priest, or a peasant.
Okay.
And each one of those has different generation prompt questions surrounding it. What do we feel about this one? Is this one going to be a noble, a priest, or a peasant? Keep in mind that this priest is going to be a priest of this faith. So it's going to be a priest of this faith of recovery and healing, of, interpersonal healing, of mental healing, of physical healing.
Oh, I've got a twist for you all. What if this is the priest, but the quote, quote, the lover or the relationship is the relationship with their deity?
Wow.
Now, and it also is not explicit, but it doesn't have to be like a worshiping a god religion. This could be
Yeah.
just like an ideology.
Okay.
But yeah, that could be a very interesting way of taking it, is that this is sort of a doctor, a priest of the god of medicine, who maybe they had a patient that they thought they were doing well. They thought that they were on the path to recovery, and then they just suddenly died.
Yeah.
And that just really shook them, like
Yeah.
really hard. And so they haven't been able to practice medicine since.
I like that.
Mm.
Like they
And
did
so-
everything right. They did everything the way they were
Yes.
supposed to. The patient still, yeah.
They did
Can
everything
I-
right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Can I take this to a dark place?
We never take anything to dark places. What are you talking about?
No, we never do. We never do. That's why I asked
Wait.
permission.
We never make nightmare fuel.
It's a different flavor of nightmare fuel, but we do nightmare fuel here.
The star making this a faith about healing and it coming up inverted. My first thought when we first saw that card was that maybe this character acquired a disability.
Yeah.
That
And
is
like
also possible, yeah.
in a faith all about healing, being a person with just a permanent disability
Yeah.
is maybe a rough place for them to be in
That
and has
could
caused them
not-
to grow distant.
Yeah, not wanting to trivialize it, but it could be kind of like the Doctor Strange origin story where he's this amazing surgeon who then gets into a car crash and crushes his hands. And so
Yeah.
now he is not able to do that anymore.
Yeah.
And the downward spiral physically and mentally surrounding this catastrophic life event.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
maybe
Well, I
there
mean-
are people in the church who are shitty about a person who is in a position that can't be healed.
Yeah, I was going to say, coming from a personal space, that was a big part of my stepping back from the church and my deconstruction was I grew up in the church and I was extremely zealous. And, I'd go Sunday school and evening church and regular church and Wednesday, and I led the youth group and all this stuff. And then my
I
Tourette's.
taught Sunday school.
Yeah, my Tourette's manifested when I was older and when I actually had started college. I was 17, 18. And it went from, oh my God, you're a leader, you should do this, to what'd you do wrong? You need to repent. You're obviously possessed. We know people who can exorcise you. And I was completely ostracized by my church. And I'm like,
Oh,
it's an
geez.
illness. I haven't done anything wrong. I am sick. It's like my vision's bad. I wear glasses. It's not that. And so, yeah, and that shock of, hey, I thought I was doing everything right by the tenets of the religion I grew up in, to I am sick, and everything just turned on me instantly. And I'm like, where's all that love and comfort and support that was always promised? Where'd it go? So yeah. I can totally feel that.
Yeah. And like my falling away from my church, because I was also very, very religious in my youth, was the realization that I grew up Catholic.
Okay.
And I was very, very serious about it even as a child, but I could never be a priest. I was born a lady-shaped person. They don't let those be priests.
Right.
And the knowledge that, similar to what you're describing, due to something I couldn't help, I was seen as less capable to lead or teach or even really be fully part of a spiritual community. That really soured me on it. Just the notion that because of some irreplaceable, perfectly normal part of who I was, the church was never going to reciprocate my love fully.
Yeah.
And that sucks on ice to
It
feel that
does.
way.
It does, yeah. Those moments where you feel your faith break, they hurt, and I would not wish it upon anybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, no. So I can totally, like I said, from this character's point, I could totally feel that.
Yeah, and like maybe it's not official, but maybe there are enough people in their life that are shitty about it that has caused them to feel this intense disconnect.
Okay.
And are shifting towards them becoming disabled as part of their origin and leading into going on this pilgrimage. It also plays into their starting stats because they start with the lowest health score of any of the three classes.
That fits, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
They start with 4 belief, 3 wealth, and 2 health. So
And I think it fits too that, again, that belief is the strongest thing they have, and they are struggling with it.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so priests are the lifeblood of the faith, and the priesthood is a bastion for those whose belief is strong. The faith is also supported financially by the faithful, which leads to priests affording a comfortable, if not luxurious, life. They are often tethered to their duties within places of faith where they serve, and as such lack the physical fortitude of other individuals. We can play with fast and loose with those descriptions. So getting into the question says, if you choose to play a priest, what is your motivation for following the pilgrimage?
Well, I think we touched on it. We're trying to find that resolution for how we feel about the faith, whether we're holding to it or we're breaking up with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are having a crisis of faith at this point,
Yes.
and this pilgrimage will resolve it one way or the other.
Are you seeking to reinforce a strong faith or shore up a weak one? I think that yes is the answer to that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's shore up a strong faith so it doesn't break entirely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you believe yourself? Oh, I need to edit that sentence. Do you believe yourself to be a mainstream believer, or would your views on your faith be considered unorthodox?
We are branching into heresy, and that is the question.
Yes. We are shifting from mainstream out of the orthodoxy.
Yes.
Yeah. Because, like, our existence is a little heretical according to some people anyway, which is fucked up.
Yes. And this is the first time they've been on the other side of the curtain.
Oh.
And they're beginning to realize what they have perpetuated over the years, and it's sitting very poorly with them.
Yeah.
Are you more beholden to supporting your own faith or the faith of others?
Ooh.
I think the faith of others, just because, like, priests is one thing, but the priests in this church are also like doctors and nurses and caregivers. And so I think that there's such a strong caregiving instinct.
Right.
Yeah, I can feel that. And they feel if they don't have their own faith, they can't administer to others either.
Yeah.
Okay,
but like,
that fits.
If someone walks up to them and is like, help, I need your help, they'll drop everything. And that's kind of the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. And then the final question is, where do you hope to be by the end of your pilgrimage?
Ooh, I think at this point because we said we want to shore up our faith, so we're hoping to regain our faith.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, I can see that. I can also see undertaking this pilgrimage perhaps as a way to try to heal our broken body.
Yeah.
Like a means to a physical end.
Okay. So like a physical miracle?
Yeah. Like
okay.
You know, all of the various pilgrims, all the various medieval pilgrims who thought that by undertaking a pilgrimage and visiting all the shrines and, you know, saying all of the prayers at all of the bones of the saints and all of these other things, that their ailments would be miraculously healed.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be something in a similar vein to that.
Okay.
Maybe what they're setting out for is a physical healing miracle, but what they genuinely need is kind of a spiritual healing miracle. They need to
they need both.
And that's why the question is aspirational, because it's where do you hope to be? And this is from the standpoint of you're still at the beginning of your pilgrimage.
Yeah.
None of the things that are going to happen to you on your pilgrimage have happened yet.
Yeah. But why are you stepping out the door?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
It's what do you hope to get? And then at the end of everything, it's like, did you get it?
Yes. I love that.
Yeah, I like what we've got here. I like this setup. I love this character.
Yeah.
They're deeply tragic and unfortunately deeply relatable in the messed up ableist world we live in.
Yeah.
And this fantasy world is also messed up and ableist because it turns out that when you put a high emphasis on healing and not as high an emphasis on, like, acceptance. I want to say, like, acceptance and peace and...
Yeah. You view everything as a problem to be fixed.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, that's exactly where I was going with this.
Yeah. You view everything as a problem to be fixed rather than as a status quo to be maintained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that might not be the right words to use either, but
no, I think again, I want to sit down. I'd want to play this. This has built up really well. I am totally invested on this one.
Yeah, and that's part of the reason why it took me so long is because these writing prompts is hard.
Yeah.
Oh boy, howdy! You're talking to the inventor of Carta, the game that says write a whole deck worth of prompts.
Yeah, this is why whenever James said that he wanted to do this with a deck of standard playing cards, I told him no. I told him you can do a version with a deck of standard playing cards. I'm going to use tarot and split it up so that I only have to do 22 prompts, 22 sets of prompts.
Prompts are hard.
They
They
are.
are. Especially trying to keep them both on theme and open-ended enough to where you're not shoehorning people into an answer.
Yeah.
And that was one thing that I ran into several times is, I would go back and I'd read through a set of questions. I'm like, I'm giving them yes and no questions, and I don't want yes and no answers. I want open-ended questions with answers that you have to pontificate on.
Yeah. What's in my brain right now? In the text of the stream chat, the text chat.
Yeah,
of the
I
stream
saw the
chat,
notification, yes.
I put the cards so you can look at the cards.
Ooh, those are pretty cards. I like those cards.
those are.
Aren't they? The moon is probably my favorite moon, like in my collection. Dreamy.
I really like that tower.
Right? There's a rainbow on every card, and the fact that they chose the rainbow to be the lightning bolt is such a beautiful pick.
Get
So
some,
it's like it really emphasizes the magical and important nature of this destructive chaos.
Right.
Yummy.
Yeah.
Yummy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I think we've been going at this for a while now, and I think it is time for us to start wrangling everything in and wrapping up. So,
okay.
here at the end of all things, Leon, where can we go to find you and your stuff? Where can we go to find the bundle once it goes live? Do all of your pitching. The floor is yours.
Oh, pitch time? Oh, dang.
Yes, absolutely.
So you can you can find me on Blue Sky at Catling Gun. That's CATLING gun. And my profile has links to my Ko-fi, which is where you can find many of my games, as well as tarot readings and sometimes tarot classes. You can also find my games at peachgardengames.itch.io. You're going to find all kinds of stuff there. You're going to see Vandal Eyes, and you're going to be like, why is that $20? And it's so that you'll buy it in Solo But Not Alone 6 instead.
Exactly. Yes.
And you'll be able to find Solo But Not Alone 6, hopefully at this link that you two have. Do you have this link?
I'm sure that we will shortly.
Yes.
Yeah. This link that they have that I've given to them, hopefully, as long as I don't have to remake
There
the
it is.
bundle. If I
Yes.
do have to remake it, again, on my Blue Sky, you'll be able to see posts about it. So you can track things down there.
And as long as it is live by the time this goes out on the 14th, there will be a link in the show notes.
Yes. How long do we plan for this to be available for?
It is planning to be available until March. I think I set it up till the end of March.
End of March. Perfect.
Yes.
Yeah.
So everybody, we have time.
We have time. Get those $10 together. Again, this is probably one of the better $10 that you'll spend entertainment value-wise.
Yeah, especially if you're really into horny games this year. Or other ones.
Or other ones. Yes,
Or other ones,
there are like 80 some other games that aren't the horny games. So you don't have to buy it and just play horny games.
I'm seeing multiple games about meat next to each other, not in a horny sense, just in a meat sense, and that's pretty great.
We said there was 90 plus games in this bundle, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, so again, you're looking at 90 cents per game. That's you're not going to find. Actually, no, 9 cents per game because there's 90 for $10. I can't math. Math is hard.
90.
90.
It is 90 cents.
90 cents per game. Okay, yeah, I mathed right the first time.
Actually, no, it comes out to about 11 cents per game. Neither one of us were very good on our math game that night.
But again, that's an amazing deal. You get to support some indie game creators. Again, this all goes towards a mental health charity as well, because again, mental health is very, very important. And that's the whole thing, is we wanted to help support that as well.
Yeah. The great thing about Take This is one of their big initiatives is called AFK Rooms, where they set aside not only a quiet space at conventions, but also a space where there are staff on hand and access to mental health supports and information about how to best support your mental health. And that's so key because conventions are make or break for a lot of people's careers in gaming. And this way, neurodivergent, disabled, and mentally ill people can still attend those important conventions without jeopardizing their health. It's super wonderful for accessibility, and I love it.
thank you, Leon, for coming back and chatting with us, even
Yeah,
if it
it's always
was
good to have
all
you on.
free form and going everywhere.
I love
it was-
to do it.
We love to do it too. Otherwise,
Yeah.
we wouldn't keep inviting you back.
You know, when you put it like that, like that, I guess
like-
it makes sense, huh?
It's like as long as we keep having fun, we'll keep inviting you back. It'll be great.
You know, and
Yeah.
I'll keep coming back because this has been great.
Yay!
Yeah, I think this is always a great way to start off the new calendar year because, this always ends up being like the first episode after we get back from taking our holiday break and
Yeah,
getting back into the swing of things. And you're just a delight to talk to. And
you are.
Aw.
And then we get all these games we can look forward to, and we're like, hey, we're going to do all this stuff. We get all this ambition, and it's wondering we just get all the hype, all the year hype.
It's a
And
great
then-
way to start the year.
And then the ADHD inertia kicks in and you only play like 7 of the games. And
That happens too.
That's allowed. It's fine.
yeah,
And
I think
Yeah.
for Solo But Not Alone 4, I made it through 12.
dang,
I
powerful.
was trying to do one a week, and that did not happen. That was very
Honestly-
aspirational, and it did not happen.
Honestly, it's challenging. It's challenging.
Yeah. So, Leon, thank you again for coming and chatting with us. We had an absolute blast tonight.
My
And-
pleasure.
And thank you, everyone, for listening. If you have any comments, suggestions, or ideas, send us an email, undercommontaste@gmail.com, or come join us on our Discord. You can find a link to our Discord through our website, undercommontaste.com. You can also find links there to our Patreon, patreon.com/undercommontaste, and our itch store, undercommontaste.itch.io.
If this is your first time listening, we're super glad you found us. Click that itch.io link, grab that Solo But Not Alone. If you've listened to us a bunch before and you're one of our regular listeners, click that link and get Solo But Not Alone 6. It's great. If you want to hear some of our other episodes where we're doing our homebrew or world building or deep dives or other creator interviews, you can find us on the podcatcher of your choice. Just search Undercommon Taste, all one word.
Stay safe, everyone, and we will see you again in 2 weeks.
Happy gaming.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us for another episode of Undercommon Taste. Our theme song is Massacre Ann, written and performed by Mary Kroll and used with permission. You can find Mary online at marykroll.bandcamp.com or on Patreon at patreon.com/Dr. Mary C. Kroll. Our logo is by David Sutherland. You can find more of David's work on deviantart.com/David Sutherland or on instagram.com/Willex_73. We'll be back in 2 weeks, so stay safe, and we'll see you then.